Okay. I appreciate your call. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to throw that out there. But thanks again for doing such a great job, Alex.
Thank you. I think a lot of what you're saying is true in that we shouldn't patronize groups and organizations we know are pro-New World Order. Like I know United Way and American Red Cross got caught after 9/11 keeping about half the money they swore would go to first responders. And they used a lot of that money for anti-gun groups, anti-Second Amendment groups. So where's the solution? Knowledge. I identify them to people as bad guys. They get the best of us to think we're doing good, and then we go and give our money to them, and then they use it against us. You have to identify, you can't just try to do good. You have to do the research to know that what you're doing is hitting the mark. That's like Glenn Beck. I don't enjoy getting up here and bashing Glenn Beck. I don't enjoy spending time on him. I don't spend my other time bashing people in the media a lot because they're just puppets. But Glenn Beck is in a key position to be a Benedict Arnold, a Judas goat, to lead us to the slaughter. He's attacked Ron Paul. He's attacked myself. He's attacked the Liberty Movement at key junctures. He says the FEMA camps don't exist, even though it's mainstream media they exist. He's there to pacify. I've got clips of him at Tea Parties, bad-mouthing the Tea Parties, going, you guys are nuts, don't do anything violent, for the news cameras. He acts like a clown on purpose. He's taken my passion, what I do, and turned it into a shtick. It's widely admitted the guy tries to mimic me, but only for coloration, only for veneer of camouflage. He's co-opting our movement. Now, it's not going to work. People are seeing through him. And a lot of people won't see through him till more betrayals. But I'm planting the seeds now so people will see his betrayals down the line. Now, that sounds like I'm going off in another direction. You mentioned solutions, and I say solutions are not being conned and led down the primrose path. But one of the favorite memes or maxims or slogans used against me is, Alex Jones just gives gloom and doom. Alex Jones doesn't give solutions. And the COINTELPRO parrot that, and then weak-minded people pick it up and regurgitate it and mockingbird it themselves. Why am I attacked by mainstream media? Why am I attacked by the left and the right? Why am I attacked by the State Department? Why am I attacked? Why am I on the White House enemies list? Because, folks, I'm hitting on all cylinders. I'm not perfect, but I know who the enemy is. I know what their game plan is. I know what their operation is, because I have read thousands of government documents and white papers and hundreds of their books, like Eco-Science by the White House Science Czar. I mean, I know who they are. It's like I'm the coach of a football team who sends scouts out to spy on the other football team when they're practicing. I mean, I know what their plays are. I know what their moves are. They don't like it. And they know that most intelligent people who can figure this out decide to go join the system because they get scared. And they say, well, I can't beat them. I'll join them. I'll just go serve the system. And that's what the elites say. They say, oh, you understand it, so you're one of us. Don't, those idiots scum down there, they won't want your help anyways. And in many respects, that's true. But I still morally have to make the right decision. I can't just turn myself over to evil. But we started, my listeners and I, the movement to get states to declare sovereignty, which is really effective and puts that idea out there. And it's a process. I started the movement, put the idea out, people ran with it, to have cities, counties, and states, 800-plus cities, 6, 7 states, I forget. I know it was above 6. Maybe 8 states said no to the Patriot Act. We pointed out that torture was wrong. That the media first came out, and the government first came out and said, yeah, we're torturing people, including their children. That's in the Washington Post. I put it in Road to Tyranny, released February 2002. Then then when people found out about the torture, they said, oh, we don't like it. The government said, oh, we're not really torturing, only a little bit. See, first they tried to sell you, then you didn't like it, so they backed off. But they took 2 steps, we pushed them a step back. They took 3 steps, we pushed them 2 steps back. They took 4 steps, we pushed them 3.5 steps back. The good news is they're still making gains on us, but every time we're pushing back further, we're getting close to pushing them back. Where they take 2 steps, we push them back 2.5 steps. They take 5 steps, we push them back 6 steps. I mean, you know, the first 5 or 6, 7, 8 fights I got in when older kids would beat me up, I got my butt whooped. But let me tell you, the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, that didn't happen, folks. And when I would come home with black eyes and a bloody nose, my parents didn't call the police and ninny and freak out. My dad would say, well, you'll just have to kick their ass harder next time. And my dad wasn't some big, tough, guy going around. He's very mild-mannered. But that was just common sense for somebody from Texas. And you know what? Now I'm not afraid of somebody. I'm not looking for trouble. But if somebody wants to pull a knife on me or a club or wants to attack me, I'm going to beat the living hell out of them. I'm probably going to kill them. And that's what fighting is. You fight the tyranny. You grow the muscles. You engage. You get involved. You go out to events. You get to where you're nervous the first time you go to a public event and speak out. But the 10th time you do it, you're not nervous and you got a hunger to do it. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. All we talk about is we got to defeat this bill that attacks our free speech. We got to defeat this anti-gun bill. Oh, we don't care. That's California. That sets the precedent for the whole country. You know, we've got to call for the bankers' arrest. They've arrested some of them. We got to call for auditing the Fed. Ron Paul's been trying to audit the Fed since the early 1980s. More than 25 years, and now we're not going to get it this year, maybe not even next. But the Fed is fighting it like it's going to kill them, because it will. You audit the Fed, it's over. We talk about getting involved in community, not fighting with your husbands and wives, teaching your kids about the New World Order, not taking vaccines. The Gardasil shot may end up getting canceled. 70+% of people are refusing the flu shot. All we talk about is solutions, how to get active. Guy called in earlier about the school function. He's going down there to confront him. You know, we are doing it. We are talking about solutions. But what about, instead of like trying to bankrupt yourself and not be part of the system, which they don't really care about that, what if we try to build ourselves up?
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones here to tell you about Cal Ben Soap. My staff and I just love the old-fashioned, pure, handmade soap produced by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company that's over 62 years old. Go to 5starsoaps.com or click on their link at Infowars.com. They have been a longtime sponsor of ours. Cal Ben Soaps meet the highest standards of quality, purity, and value. Everyone should use their great line of products. I consistently hear from my listeners and friends how much they love the Cal Ben Pure Soap products. Check out their whole line of bath, hair, laundry, and dish soap and more at 5starsoap.com. There is nothing like these factory direct, big money saving, triple concentrated soaps anywhere. Don't take my word for it. Get a free detailed catalog by calling toll-free 1-800-340-7091 or check them out online at 5starsoap.com. Again, go to 5starsoap.com and just try their products. You're going to love them. You will never use anything else again.
You see, if the government and the media come out and say, we're going to regulate every facet of your life, we're going to have year-round school, we're going to take most of your children from you, we're going to sterilize you, you would get angry and say no. So instead, Schwarzenegger said a week ago, he said, I'm not going to sign this bill to start registering everybody to buy ammo and biometrically thumbprinting it. And I said last Wednesday, before I went out of town, I said, Schwarzenegger will sign this bill. Because they've gone into a complete military mode of how does he kill opposition. He just says, I'm not going to do it. And then he signs it. They say this bill does not have amnesty for illegal aliens. It's in the bill. They say this doesn't have death panels and ration care, and it isn't government takeover. It's in the bills. They say the dollar's not losing value, as it's losing value. I mean, they just bald-faced lie, or they come out and say, yeah, the Army patrolling America is great. They either throw it in your face or deny it. And they're just following psychological warfare manuals on the public. The establishment knows exactly what they are doing.